All right, guys, how's everybody doing today? So for today's little project, what we're going to start doing is we're going to switch out some hooks. We're trying to keep in the theme of working on our square bills and our 1.5s, and basically I got a couple different hooks here. I was out throwing some of my square bills the other day, and I ended up hanging one, and I pulled that hook straight pretty quick. So obviously the hooks that they throw on the bait are just to kind of get it cranked out. Yes, they do pay attention to the weight and how it sinks and all that, so I have gotten the exact same size. The hooks we're going to go with today are, I got a couple different packs here. These are, of course, the Owner size 4 Stinger treble hooks, model ST36BC. So they come in a quantity of 7. I got 3 packs of those, and then I went ahead and picked up a different brand too. You know, I'm a huge fan of these Owner hooks, but these look a little thicker, so I want to give them a shot as well. These are your Gamakatsus. Let's see if I can get a glare there. They're size 4 also. There's an 11 pack of these, but it's the extra wide gap. You know, I do use the Gamakatsu hooks when it comes to my big swim baits. They just seem like a pretty heavy duty hook. Let me pull one of each of them out here so you can kind of take a look at them. But you can't spend all that time out there fishing and covering ground just to hook a fish and have that hook open up on you. You know, that's kind of disappointing. You know, you put in the time, you put in the effort, so you want to make sure that that doesn't happen. So, side-by-side comparison here, looking at the 2 hooks. What I've got in the back, this is going to be the Owner hook right here, and then of course I've got the Gamakatsu extra wide gap. And the Gamakatsu hook over here does look to be a little bit heavier duty than the Owner hook. One of the things that they do that I like is that at the top of the eye there, it is a little bit narrower, making it easy to get through that split ring. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my most popular square bills that I have here. Got my 0 to 6 foot cranks. And I'm going to take 2 of the most common ones that I throw. So in this case, here are 2 that I would be throwing basically about the same time, same water conditions, same types. They're both sexy shad patterns. One happens to be the original sexy shad. The other one happens to be basically a greenback with a sexy shad pattern. And I'm going to set them up, one with the Gamakatsu and one with the Owner hooks. And that way they'll get about the exact same amount of water time, and I can kind of see which one I like the most. So to switch these guys out, basically what I've got is just a cheap pair of split ring pliers. So if you see there, it's got that little hook. That's what's going to make it easy. You know, I've seen little things out there, life hacks, like people using a stapler puller and things like that to kind of get in there. But this works just as well. They weren't that expensive. I think I actually redeemed rewards points in order to get these. So what I'm going to do is find where that split ring starts at, and go ahead and grab a hold of it and just start working my way through. I see a lot of people they'll get it started and they'll pull the first hook and then they'll get the other one started in there. In this case, because I've got split ring pliers, it's just as easy for me to go ahead and just pull the entire thing off and get them all cleaned. Now, I'm going to set these treble hooks aside. You know, you could always use them for something else. I don't know what, if you ever throw actual bait, maybe catfish, anything like that, I'm just going to set them aside so I have them in a pinch or something. I do get some custom baits painted for me that I'd like to see how they run before I start putting expensive hooks on them. You know, sometimes if you get paint build up too much on one side or a clear coat doesn't go on right, it might swim a little awkward. So, you know, before you go and throw a bunch of expensive hooks, it'd be nice to kind of demo run them that way. But these can be kind of tricky to get on and off. Let me go ahead and just get this first set emptied out here, and we'll kind of go from there. Alright, so now I got the bait emptied out. Make sure to go ahead and leave the split rings behind. That's real important. And we're going to go ahead and start pairing them up. So on this first one right here, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put the extra wide gap on this one. And we'll put the Owners on the other ones. Alright guys, so that's it right there. I got a set of extra wide gap Gamakatsu hooks on this one. That's going to work out pretty well. If you don't have an O-ring or a split ring up on the front, I highly recommend one. This one right here, in this case, it does have an oval split ring on it. Make sure you're tying a loop knot if you don't have that, but I highly recommend grabbing a small pack of those, putting them on all your baits. You're going to get a lot better action out of it. It's going to work a lot better for you. Alright, so I've got 3 packs of owner hooks here. This pack of Gamakatsu, that gives me 32 hooks, which is going to come out to 16 baits I'm about to go ahead and crank out. So I'm going to go ahead and get on that. Got my split ring pliers to get it started. Got my fine needle nose pliers to kind of work it through. But I'm going to go ahead and work on that this afternoon, kind of get all my baits dressed up, switched out. The other cool thing I did see is that somebody's taken these little small rubber bands. I don't happen to have any of them. They're laying the hooks down in this orientation and putting the rubber bands around there. That way, when they're throwing them in their box, they're not getting tangled or hung up in any fashion or whatsoever. And then, of course, you want to make sure when those hooks are laying down that they can't tangle with each other. These will not overlap in any way whatsoever. So I'm going to be in the clear there. Looks like it's going to work out perfect. Alright guys, well if y'all got questions, I'm trying to stick to this square bill theme. I'm trying to get all my baits ready to go. I'm going to work on all my KVDs, all my Livingston lures, and kind of get those dressed up and ready to go. But if you got questions, comment below. If you like the video, give me the thumbs up. It's just a quick tip here for you. Don't forget to subscribe in that corner, I believe it is. And that way you'll stay in tuned and you'll get to see all the upcoming videos we've got. But as for now, we're going to go ahead and switch out some treble hooks. And as always, guys, thanks for watching.